So it's official, Jake Paul will fight Tommy Fury on December 18th on Showtime pay-per-view. A lot of people still can't get their heads around this fight and these types of fights. I don't really see what the issue is. You got two guys who are social media stars in Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury is also, of course, the younger brother of the WBC World Heavyweight Champion Tyson Fury. So these are two guys who have already got big followings and they want to fight each other. That's why it's on pay-per-view, because people acted like, how can two novices be on pay-per-view? This is disgusting. This is terrible. It's not rocket science, bruv. At the end of the day, if you sell tickets, then you get paid a lot. It's as simple as that. And people want to buy tickets and they want to buy pay-per-views to watch Jake Paul. And in this instance, he'll be facing off against Tommy Fury. It's simple economics. It's not like Showtime are putting this fight on and they're making it pay-per-view when these guys aren't already stars. Now, Tommy Fury isn't really a star in the US, but he is somewhat of a star in the UK. And of course, Jake Paul is a star in the US. So it's not like they're doing these guys a favor, giving them a leg up in the industry or something. No. Showtime wouldn't be interested in two regular novices, putting them on pay-per-view. They wouldn't be interested in that. They're only interested in these guys because they've already shown their commercial value. What's the problem? I really don't understand. I think some people just like complaining because their lives are miserable. And so they want to complain about something and then pretend on these forums that they're hardcore boxing fans. I'm more hardcore than 99.9% of boxing fans out there. But I'm not one of these weirdos who only wants to watch little flyweights with obscure names on some show at 2 a.m. in the morning somewhere, 5, 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. And unless you're interested in these little flyweights, then you're not a hardcore boxing fan. This kind of nonsense. Yeah, I watch boxing at all levels. I watch the top fighters, the elite guys. And if they're entertaining, I'll even watch domestic area level fighters. I'll watch YouTubers fight. I just like boxing in general. And if there's a matchup which is competitive, because that's the key. Is it competitive? If it's a mismatch, then of course it doesn't have the appeal. But if it's two guys who are somewhat evenly matched and you think it could be explosive, like I think this could be, what is the issue exactly? I'm interested. Now, I'm expecting Tommy Fury to win. I think it will be competitive, but I feel like Tommy Fury's crazy long arms might give Jake Paul some problems. Tyrone Woodley gave Jake Paul some problems in the last fight, wobbled him. So, you know, if you're looking at their recent performances, I think even though Tommy Fury wasn't spectacular in his last fight, it was a bit more assured. So I'm going to go for Tommy Fury to win this fight on points. I believe it's an 8-rounder, but I wouldn't at all be surprised if Jake Paul won. He's serious about the sport. You know, Jake Paul's not a guy who's just messing about. No, he's serious about the sport. Yeah, he's training hard and he's sparring with professionals and all this kind of stuff. So he's serious. Yes, he was a millionaire before he started doing all this boxing stuff, as far as I'm aware. But even millionaires need to have something to do when they're young like this, in the prime of his life. And in high school, he was a jock, right? So he still has that energy in him. He still has that desire to challenge himself against other young men. You understand? That spirit cannot be satisfied just by driving flash cars and partying and rapping and stuff like that. Some guys actually still want to get in there and punch other men in the face. It is what it is. And that's how Jake Paul feels. So more power to him. And Tommy Fury, of course, he had that whole thing with Love Island, but before that, he was boxing. So again, he's bringing his fans that he's attracted from the Love Island and whatever, and social media, and he's bringing them over to this showdown against Jake Paul. So I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm tipping Tommy Fury to win on points, but may the best man win. I don't have a horse in the race. One of the reasons I like this fight is because it's two young guys who are novices with big fan bases, chips on their shoulder. They want to prove themselves as being legitimate fighters. That's what they both want to do. And so in situations like that, that's when you normally get fireworks. Yeah, it's not when you have two veteran fighters taking each other on. No, it's when you get these guys who are raw, rough around the edges, really want to prove themselves. Big event, all their fans are there, a lot of expectation, a lot of pressure on their shoulders. That's normally when you get something dramatic happening. So hopefully it's the case this time as well. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below.